And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sports Shorts Daily, presented by LeBears Casino. Ronnie Rantz alongside Tommy Krysan here on this Friday edition of Sports Shorts, presented by LeBears Casino. TK joining us over at Court Street Cafe. Excuse me, at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood on this Friday, as he always does, right there up Jefferson Highway, off of Airline Highway. And you get to go by Parkview Baptist, just past there on the left. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. Go load up. When's that meat sale coming up?
There's a big meet sale 2 weeks from today. Save the date, Friday, August 29, 2 weeks from now. Huge meat sale, prices like you've never seen. You can load up the freezer. Go buy a freezer so you can fill it up. It's that kind of sale. So 2 weeks from today, and of course, they'll be posting a lot about it. We'll talk about it. But that's 2 weeks from today.
All right, TK. A couple of topics to get to. Of course, LSU football. We're getting closer and closer. Speaking of 2 weeks from today, 15 days from today will be LSU Clemson. The New Orleans Saints continue to get terrible news with their football team. Take the under. Matter of fact, I need to do that. Remind me, Tommy, to take the under on wins and losses on the season as soon as we hang up this phone. Okay, please remind me.
Okay.
The ADD is a real thing, and I need a kick in the butt to reminder because I don't want to sit there and watch them win 3-4 games this year and go, man, I should have loaded up on the Saints to take the under. But please do, folks, get some Christmas gifts with that one. The Baton Rouge Rougarou still in the news, still celebrating a TCL championship. If you'd have seen, you'll see a lot more in the next few days. But this past Wednesday, we had a Rougarou takeover over at Canes One, the original Canes location next to LSU. We had Champions Feeding Champions was the theme. We had Skip Bertman, Justin Vincent with his national championship ring, Blair Barbier with his 2 national championship rings, Ryan Terrio with his 3 World Series rings, Skip Bertman with his bag of rings, literally brought a bag of rings, Tommy. And the best part is, and you'll be seeing, you saw a little bit if you follow the Baton Rouge Rougarou on social media, you saw a few pictures, but you'll be getting a lot more stuff today and over the weekend, Monday, because we're doing some collabs with Canes. One of the funny things you'll see is in one of the videos, a cutaway of Todd McClure sitting in the booth by himself with his Falcons shirt on, no rings, and he's eating coleslaw only. No chicken tenders. We did a funny bit with Todd making fun of him with his no rings. He was a good sport about it. So anyway, going to be a lot of cool content, and then also on next Tuesday, we're going to be going over to the governor's mansion. Myself, Casey, a couple of the coaches, a couple of players, our mascot will be over with the governor, Governor Jeff Landry, to kind of do a little meet and greet and congratulate us on winning and all that. So looking forward to that.
What's that? What time is that Tuesday?
I think 2:00, 2:30,
Did,
something like that.
did I get on the invite list for that? Like the
I'll
announcer
see if
guy?
I'll see if we can possibly get you in there, TK. I'll let you know.
All right.
But anyway, looking forward to it. So really cool. Again, the celebration continues. Probably another couple weeks before we turn the page to 2026. But the month of August is celebrating the 25 team. We get to September, it'll be all about the 26 team, and we'll have some announcements within the league. Looks like we're going to be adding a team or two to the league. So excited about that. I just got back yesterday, Tommy, from Wisconsin, your home state or your dad's home state. And it was myself, Luis Garcia, Buzzy Heidel, and my brother Gus Rantz. We all went up there on a little golf trip. Played 5 rounds in 4 days, Whistling Straits, Ryder Cup course for a couple years ago. Erin Hills housed the U.S. Women's Open, U.S. Open this year, the men's U.S. Open in 17 or 18. We played the Meadows, the Rivers, the Irish course, all up there in Kohler, the part of the Whistling Straits group. Amazing courses. Played well 2 rounds, played trash 3 rounds. But we got to go see Paul Skeens pitch on Monday night. We went and watched him on Monday night take on the Pirates. I mean, the Pirates were taking on the Brewers. The Brewers have now won 13 or 14 in a row. And, of course, Skeens, for the second time this year, gave up 4 runs in 4 innings against the Brewers in their, on the road. So the Brewers have a great team. That's obvious by their record, over 30 games above 500 so far this year. But they have beaten the best pitcher in baseball twice this year at home, pounded them. So I'm telling you, Tommy, the Brewers, now's not the time to put money on the Brewers. You want to wait till they lose a couple games. But the Brewers, I mean, they've got all the pieces to win a
Well,
World Series.
and by the way, my mom and dad are both from Wisconsin, from Manitowoc, which is on Lake Michigan, about 70
Yeah.
miles north of Milwaukee. Yeah, and I went to an All-Star game at the old county stadium in Milwaukee. I was like 11 or 12 years old. Went to an All-Star game at up there in Milwaukee. But no, the Brewers, they got the biggest lead of all the division leaders. And you're right, they have all the pieces. They're going to make a lot of noise in the postseason. And like you said, they've roughed up Paul Skeens twice. Nobody else can say that.
Yeah, leadoff home run. Frelick hit a leadoff home run against Skeens for the Brewers, and then from there they just tacked on. No runs in the first, second, 2 runs in the third, another in the fourth. He only went 4 innings and gave up 4 earned runs. It wasn't throwing 90. He didn't throw a pitch over 98. So not that 98 slow, but we've seen Paul throw 99 to 101 miles an hour. Don't know if maybe he's getting a little tired, late in the season. But that was telling to me that velocity did not get over 98. And the couple times he was hit, he was trying to throw fastball away to lefties and left it down and in that Warren Morris swing zone. And that's what he got hurt with. But the Pirates are hot garbage. Got a chance to see Cam Sanders was there. He didn't pitch in the game we were there, but he did pitch the next day. Didn't go well for him. They brought him in a tough spot, bases loaded, 1 out, and he got an out. He got an out. No, he had first and second. Man, I know he got an out. Then he walked, and yeah, he got a pop up. Then he walked a run in. Then he gave up a single, scored 2 runs, and he looked like he was kind of all over the place. Didn't have great command. Had threw some pitches that the catcher had to like jump at to catch. But good to see a couple former Tigers. By the way, the bullpen catcher for the Brewers is a former Nickel State Colonel. He played. I think it's Correa or something. He played catcher at Nicholls State in 2015 was when he finished up down there. JUCO transfer guy. Played 2 years at Nicholls. He ended up in Milwaukee as their bullpen coach, and of course Ricky Weeks, former Southern Jaguar, who's in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Ricky Weeks is the bench coach for the Brewers, and has a big role for them.
And it's talked about he may be a manager one day in baseball. Speaking of manager one day, Austin Nola was designated for assignment by the Rockies, and he has a desire to be a manager one day. And the playing career might be done, but look for him to jump in somewhere as a coach. These catchers have a thing about becoming managers, and Austin Nola wants to, manage in the bigs. Now, that won't happen overnight. It won't happen next year, but he's now going to work towards that.
Yeah, no question. Look, the Austin Nola, whatever his time is in the big leagues, whatever it all adds up to, a little bit here, a little bit there, is one of the more incredible stories. I know there's a lot of great stories about ending up in the big leagues. Hell, Anthony Renato right now is pitching in independent professional baseball. Anthony Renato's 35 years old, about to be 36 years old, hasn't played baseball in 8 years. He had a comeback. He ended up with an independent team in the American League up around the Chicago area. He's trying to give it that one last hurrah. Because Anthony's kept himself in great shape. He's throwing the fastball 92 to 94 miles an hour. But for Austin Nola was a middle infielder at LSU, a great one, was a freshman, was on the 09 national championship team. And he ended up getting a double-A with the Marlins and Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Suns back then. And he got the double-A, and that was it. And, people passed him by. The bat started not, doing too well. And he looked like his career was done. And then right before they sent him back to Baton Rouge, he convinced them, hey, let's try catcher. And so they put him at catcher. And usually that a lot of people have done that desperation move, and it hasn't worked out. But if you're and for him it did. Amazingly, the 11th hour move to catcher got him to the big leagues numerous times, and it's an amazing story and a testament to him.
Well, didn't Blair Barbier get moved to catcher
Yeah.
at one point near the end of his minor league term? So yeah, no, it's interesting that Austin Noah's story, and we all know it because we're here and we know him and the LSU and the Catholic High connection. But no, it's a great story, and I believe he got vested in the pension, which is a big thing, obviously, because he's got enough days in the majors for that. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we'll see. I'd be curious to see how that goes for him and for Ricky Weeks as they want to become big league managers one day.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. All right. So let me tell you one quick golf story, Tommy.
I gotta hear
Uh,
it.
by the way, I had so many cheese curds.
They're good.
I'm a little backed up, if you know what I mean. But I had so many good cheese curds. And cheese curds in Wisconsin are so good and so different from place to place. How they prepare them, how they cook them, what kind of cheeses they use, etc. We're used to kind of the cheese curds here, like a Dairy Queen kind of cheese. Nah. We had fantastic cheese curds up there. Food was excellent in Kohler. Really enjoyed the experience. But we were on playing the Irish course yesterday morning or Wednesday morning, and the Irish course is next to Whistling Straits, and it was created to look like a course. These Whistling Straits and the Irish course were intended to look like courses in Ireland. The guy who founded Kohler, faucets and everything else, he's the one that built the town. He's the one that built the golf courses and all that kind of stuff. He was from Ireland and wanted it to represent the old country, and he did an amazing job of that. So we hit a ball. We're driving up to the hole, and all of a sudden, all these sheep just start walking across the green. About 25 sheep are just walking around the course because they have a herd, a family, whatever you call sheep, living basically on the Irish golf course. And they're so used to people, Tommy. You can be hitting in the bunker and they'll be standing right there watching you. It doesn't bother them at all. But it was
Will they
wonderful.
rake the bunker for you?
They will not. But the story goes that Pat Dye designed the golf course, designed Whistling Straits. And when he was designing the course, he had a dog that he brought with him. Well, the dog, unbeknownst to him, ran off all these sheep, that the original group of sheep, and ran them off the cliff. The sheep all ran away from the dog and died. It went in right into the ocean off the cliff to get away from the dog. And Kohler was so upset by it. He told Dye, if you do that again, you're going to be going off the cliff. And so anyway, he restocked the sheep with another group of sheep, but the original ones didn't make it. They paid the price to get a Whistling Straits built back in the day.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. I didn't know that. And of course, that is a beautiful country. And by the way, as you now know, August is the best time to be in Wisconsin. And I did that many a summer as a kid. Would be there in August, and it's a beautiful place. Maybe not so beautiful when there's 7 feet of snow everywhere, but it's a beautiful place right now.
And oh, by the way, Buzzy Heidel was the big winner. We
Well,
played strokes and all that, and but Buzzy and I had a chance going into the last day. If I'd have played well, I could have probably won. I played terrible. Gus Rantz made a move at the end, but it was a little too late. Lou did not play well, and Buzzy didn't play great for Buzzy. Played steady, which is what a 6 handicap does. And Buzzy took home the crown and the money. And so, congratulations to him, former LSU Tiger, national champion. He won the golf trip up in Wisconsin.
that's great. That doesn't surprise me that he won. It really doesn't. But playing with strokes, like you said, if you'd have played well on the final day, you'd have been in the money. I've been in golf trips where guys with the strokes ended up winning. So that's
Right.
cool. And that's a great thing about golf is that you can go have a fair game no matter regardless of your talent level or your handicap.
Speaking of golf, the day one of the BMW Championship was yesterday, and not a surprise that Scotty Scheffler's right there, right the lead. You know what, one or two back of the lead. Sam Burns is in seventh place, by the way. He had a good start, two under on day number one. Have you seen Happy Gilmore too? I know, I know you haven't seen it.
Not yet, but I was thinking about you last night. That after we talked late last night about something else, and you're going to be the speaker at the Most Blessed Sacrament Men's Club in September, and I gotta get into the Netflix world, and I'm making a commitment to you that I'm gonna get to that soon.
I would love for you to watch Happy Gilmore too. I watched it last night.
Give us
And
a review. Give us a review.
the Happy Gilmore one, it's not better than the original. The original is a classic. It's one of the great sports comedy movies of all time. Obviously, one of the best golf movies of all time. Probably the best golf movie, better than Caddyshack. I put Caddyshack 2, Happy Gilmore 1, um, Tin Cup 3, with Kevin Costner. But I I uh, I liked it. It was enjoyable. It was fun. It was worth the watch. I didn't, but I didn't love the ending of it. It got a little too silly at the end, but I did enjoy the movie. It was worth my time. Tons of cameos. I mean, they had so many cameos. The best cameo of them all really wasn't a cameo because he played an intricate part in the movie. Is the caddy is Bad Bunny, who is a Puerto Rican rapper, one of the biggest stars in the world. Not anybody that's on Tommy Krysan's go-to concert list. But Bad Bunny from Puerto Rico plays Happy Gilmore's butler type slash caddy and does a fantastic job in the movie. Very funny, his character, especially if you know who he is and who he is in real life. It was very entertaining. But tons of cameos, man, left and right. Everybody you see, like even people you don't realize who they are, like sometimes you have to like, who is that? And it's somebody. Nancy Lopez makes a cameo. She doesn't really say much, but you got to know that's Nancy Lopez. The former female greatest golfer of the '70s and '80s, probably.
Isn't Dan Patrick in the movie as well?
Dan Patrick's in it. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he and Adam Sandler have become good friends over the years, and he's put Dan in a lot of his stuff. And he goes on Dan's show, and I'm a big listener to that show. But so I knew that Dan Patrick was in it. I've heard Adam Sandler on the Dan Patrick show talking about Happy Gilmore too. So, all right, I'm gonna make a prediction for you. Not by tomorrow's Sports Shorts Radio, which we'll do at Walk-Ons and Brewery, but I will watch that movie before the next Saturday edition of Sports Shorts
8 days
Radio.
from now. Okay,
Yeah,
8 days.
8 days. You can take me to
All right.
task that day if I have not watched it.
Okay, I'll plan on taking you to task. All right, what else we got going on in the world of sports, TK?
Well, the University of Michigan learns about their sanctions today at about 11 o'clock Louisiana time. Who knows what's going to happen here? It's the NCAA, and a lot of the people involved are no longer near Michigan. The biggest thing I'm hearing is there won't be a postseason ban. The NCAA has kind of gotten away from that, but it could be a big financial fine, like millions of dollars fine. Could be some show cause on Sharon Moore, the current head coach, and Jim Harbaugh, who's not going back to college. He got his national title at Michigan. He knew this was coming down the pipe, and he took it off to the NFL. So that'll come out a little later today. We'll talk about that tomorrow on Sports Shorts Radio. But Little League World Series is going on. Nobody from Louisiana playing, but we got spoiled over the years with the teams from South Cameron, about Lake Charles and East Bank and Kenner, who went to Williamsport. Nobody from Louisiana this year, but it's still fun. Had a kid throw back-to-back 82-mile-an-hour fastballs, 12 years old. Now they're throwing from what, 50 feet or 45 feet, whatever it is.
46 feet, I think.
Yeah, but that's still getting it up there pretty good for a 12-year-old. Most 12-year-olds throw around 65, if you want a comparison there. And you're pretty close to the plate. So I don't know if you can hit 82 from 46 feet away.
No, you're not gonna hit it. All right, TK. I'll see you tomorrow morning on Sports Shorts Radio. It's you, me, Hunter McCann will be over at the Brewley Walk-Ons 10 to noon. Joel Davis will join us as well. We'll even get a check-in with Buzzy Heidel regarding the golf tournament and the trip. That's 10 to noon tomorrow, ESPN Radio, Lake Charles, Lafayette, and Baton Rouge. Tell us about Tremonti's one more time before we get out of here.
Yeah, the big meat sale 2 weeks from today. Put it on your calendar. You got to be in Tremonti's 2 weeks from today, Friday, August 29th. Connect with Tremonti's on Facebook and Instagram. They'll have all the info on the meat sale, all the wine, the bourbon. Lunch special today is fried catfish with crawfish etouffee topped over. It's a big favorite, big seller here at Tremonti's, Jefferson Highway in Baton Rouge, right down the street from Parkview Baptist Church and School. Hey, don't, as Ronnie said, don't forget Sports Shorts Radio tomorrow morning. And like and share this show, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or X. That helps everybody. Like and share this show. And we remind you, our good friends at Court Street Cafe, steak night tomorrow night. They could put the Sunday brunch back on. They stopped that in the summer for a little bit, but Sunday brunch happening at Court Street Cafe in Port Allen. That's a can't miss. You got to go do that one. On behalf of Ronnie Rantz, I'm Tommy Krysan. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Sports Shorts Radio.